Well, welcome everybody. I was asked to do a normal start, so obviously a difference between easy and normal. Obviously, on easy, basically easy is just going to give you an easier start. So if you're interested in more of the building and not so bothered about the progression, you get like starting money of 2 million, which is enough. Your milestones come really fast. You don't get any, tile upkeep, but totally different on normal, so it's a much harder start, and we have to do it a lot differently. So I'm going to go into Barrier Island because that's what the request was, and it makes sense at the end of the day because I've already looked at the easy side. Easy is better for showing videos and things like that because it's much faster pace. So unfortunately, I will have to cut this up a little bit because it will take some time. So let's load into our map. So this is completely vanilla free, completely. There's no mods at all. Not even regional packs, to be fair. Now, obviously we're starting on pause, so we're not moving right now. But the thing is here, we've got to save money. And basically this tile here, we're going to be living in it until we're well in the profit margin because, yeah, tile upkeep, money is king. Yeah, so let's take a look first at we've been through this in the last one, but I'll go through it again now because it's a new game. But obviously we're looking here for our wind direction. Same thing as over on the left here. We'll put all our industry. And as we look in here, we'll utilize as well, probably straight away, this arable land, so we can put some farms there, get that specialized industry up ASAP. Water and sewage, but obviously with probably looking to put the sewage around here somewhere because this is going to, all this water flow here is going to keep it in here long enough. We are going to have a poop pipe for quite a while because, hey, services is money and we need to save a lot. So you have to do this when you're working through normal. You're looking at basically making sure you don't spend anything that you don't need to spend. So this is not easy mode. So we have a few turbines now since the game's been updated a few times. Again, these aren't mods, these are all vanilla. The windmills are pretty much slightly different, but useless to us because if you can see, we're not even getting the max, anywhere near the max output. So we're going to have to utilize the power that's coming in. We're going to have to buy it from my neighbor, unfortunately, because there's just nowhere that this would even get anywhere close to being useful. So we're going to use our pylons here and connect to them. Now we've only got 1 million, as I've said. So what we need to now think about is, I guess, putting out some roads in. So we have got 1 million, so it's not too bad. And what I'm thinking here, we've got very limited. We've only got obviously the small roads right now. That's probably not going to change too quickly because we don't get a lot of skill points on normal mode. It's City Skylines too hard mode effectively. You have to think before you act in this mode. So I'm gonna do a parallel route, I think. Yeah, there's no option there for the medium road. So I'm gonna put a reasonable size on this, a bit bigger than that, I think. So we'll put like a 4. That should be all right, I think. Just a bit further in. And let's just put that down as a template there. Should work. Now I'm going to spin it out sort of like to an angle because I want to capture most of this arable land here for our farm. So let's see if we can just. That should be all right. So if I aim it up there, then we can utilize that top of this island to expand our highway whenever we get there, because it's going to take some time. I don't need that all the way out, so let's see if we can delete some of this now just to bring it in. I think that's probably as far as I can get. Yep. So now we need to join. This is not going to be, you know, pretty by any means. For one, I've no mods, and two, we're not using highway here. We're using roads, and it's never too pretty. So let's see if I can just join this here like that, and then let's do the other one. I mean, this is all temporary. We'll be able to, once we're at a certain level and comfortable in our finances, we'll be able to upgrade this to a highway and get it looking semi-decent. But right now, we'll just have to live with it. Okay, it seems that we put quite a sharp bend in this now for our changes. It seems to have made that into a bit of an acute bend. I don't like that at all. So should we delete a little bit of this bend and then just redo it? Probably the best way to do it. So if I go a bit further up, actually, probably about here-ish to about here. Now, if I go up on this one, it should pick them both up, I think, once we go into parallel mode. Yeah. So we want that top one matched to that one. That should give us a little nicer bend, which it does. Nice. That looks a lot better. So like I said, this is going to be very tight. So let's put, you know, some crossover here. So obviously this side is going to be all residential, whilst this other side on the left-hand side here is going to be all industrial and specialized industry, i.e. farms in this case. So let's first of all, let's think about how we're going to cross this. This is not going to look pretty again because we don't have the highway single lane, which always makes a better connection. So let us, oh no, I need to go up a little bit. Oh no, don't want to go that much. Okay. I wish this would just do it for all rather than jumping straight to the 10 increment. Okay, let's go about that level. I think that should be all right. And then we just need to bring this down terra firma. Unlike Cities Skylines 1, you do, you know, on Cities Skylines 1, for those who remember, we used to have to do it in this sort of mode with dirt roads because it was cheaper. But obviously we do have 1 million, so it does give you a bit of a start. But what we don't want to be doing is running out of money and having to get loans, because that's the fastest way to well, kill your game effectively. It is possible to do it with loans, but it's advisable not to. It takes a lot more micromanagement when you start adding loans. So let's try and do this without having to have any loan. So that looks all right, I think. Let's have a look. We probably need to put some... I don't know if that will go down that way too far. Actually, let's look at... Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to have to do a bit of smoothing before we do anything, I think. So let's just take that back a little bit and let's smooth it all out. Let's get the level terrain tool going and let's do it. That's all smooth now. I mean, don't need to do this all the time, but right at the beginning, we need to be as efficient as possible. And to help our zoning, it's better to get it as flat as possible so we don't get any zoning anomalies. And let's have a look here. Actually, see where we are. Yeah, we don't want to go too far out there, do we? So cut off a little bit, but I don't want to cut off all of it. So let's take this out. Let's bend this out to the right 90 degrees. And then straight across out. Should give us... actually, I think probably what I need to do is make this straight and perhaps stick a roundabout on it. And I'm probably going to put another connection, a highway connection, so all these trucks can go straight without going into our town. So let's just get this road structure built, at least. Yeah. Yep, let's get the network in and see where we take it from there. I'll jump off and come back when I've done it. All right, that's pretty ugly, but there we go. It is what it is. So we got two connections there, one for our one for our industry and one for our Sims. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put in our farms on arable land here. So usually on this, I put them down on dirt roads. It just makes a little bit of an aesthetic. Again, it's just a choice. You can put whatever you like, to be honest on it, but I just like to put my farms on dirt roads in a way. And technically, we could have these a bit more sort of wavy, but again, just for ease of use, I'm just going to put it pretty, pretty much exact. So let's see, so that's 3 by 3. Let's see how our farm looks. It was just one off in it, so it's 3 and a 2 I need, not a 3 and a 3. It just makes it easier for getting the zoning done, which you'll see in a bit. So if it's a perfect fit like it is. Right, I'm going to put grain on here and grain on the next one, I think. So we want this to be 5 long again, so we'll do 3 this side and 2 that. Bang another grain farm on. So that should be enough grain. And we'll add some other stuff in there as we go along. I think what I might do as well, I'll start it anyway. I don't know if I'll do it all, but we might have a little bit of gap in between here where we can add a bit of trees and make it look more like a farmland. I'll show you what I mean. So we just need to cover as much of this arable land as we can. And we can go straight down here. And this is why I wanted it exact, so there was, no looping round the roads as such. And we can maximize our coverage. So just probably need to just cover it a little bit there. Excellent. So I'm not going to go the full extent here because I've got 2 farms. So let's see, I can bring it down a little bit to about there. And then across to the bottom. Excellent. And just tuck it into the edge. And we haven't started yet, folks. So, at the end of the day, we're not losing any money as such, even though we've got a red line going down because we haven't started our clock ticking yet. So I'm just going to leave it a couple of squares out, and we'll put a little bush line up in there probably. Okay, now let's see if I can just finish this side. So if we just drag it down on the corner there and just capture as much of this arable land as possible. So we'll go straight, in this case, to the road edge. Should be able to tuck that in, I think. And then in there. Perfect. Yeah, so we've got a gap here. So what we can do, we can put I will do this eventually when we detail, but I'm just going to show you or you can change the age as well. So we don't want the younglings. So we'll have it a bit older and mature, but I don't think the bushes are going to be big enough for this. They could be. We could make them fit, but right now this is just showing the point. So let's put in. Let's make sure we get the right type of tree. That's both. That's it there. So let's see, let's put a line of poplars in, perhaps. It's a bit big. Try this one. Yeah, that one will do. Let's put on the line tool and let's do a complete line of these. Quite close together now. That's since the last patch. You couldn't put them this close originally. But the last patch allows this now to happen, which is much better. You don't need mods as much now for the line tool. I think the line tool is closer. So that's done. Like I say, I'm not going to go mad with it. At the end of the day, we'll look about doing, proper detailing once we've got a good flow of money coming in. I think that's good enough for now. So let's go and put our water in. So let's have a look. So we want the water pumping station. I'm a bit too far there. Should I go to the edge here? I'm going to be getting the bigger eventually, so I'm going to put it here, I think. Or perhaps here. Yeah, perhaps here. So that's got a good direction. We shouldn't get affected by the pooper. And that should go in there. Let's have a little turnaround at the end. Lovely jubbly. So I guess now we should think about putting the poop in. And like I said before, down here is quite good because the way the water is going to trap it in here for a little while longer, because we are going to be living with this poop pipe for a bit. So unlike the easy mode where we can quickly get rid of it, usually you can get the sewage treatment plant almost straight away before you even log. But in this mode, it's a little harder, and we don't get enough points. It's an extra service to pay for. So for right now, we'll deal with the poop point and just see what happens with that. So let's put in a transformer. Glad they made these nice and small now. And let's connect that to our external supplier. We'll need to fix that really quick. Hopefully we'll be able to get a decent electrical supply that we can actually sell as well. That's going to be crucial. So if I do a line across here, this is where all my, oh yeah, there we go. So that's where all my things will be. This is where my industry will reside. Pretty tight bend, it looks all right. Got to get this used, pretty tight in here. We're going to be living in this one single square for quite some time. So let's start thinking about where we're going to put our low density, and we've actually got row housing as well. So let us have a go at this. We do have to the requirement now to put medics in. So I normally would I'd get the crematorium right now, but I'm sort of saving it because and water treatment plants there. Normally you would have that by now, but we've only got 1 point. So we need to like find somewhere for the medical. I've just noticed actually we've got like a bit of a gap there, haven't we? So if you've got a bit of gap, you can do it. There's other ways to fix it, but just delete the adjacent road and replace it, and it should, generally speaking, fix it, which it has. So perfect. So in here we've got to get some a little bit of commercial, and mainly we're going to have to build up with some residential. So I'm thinking of doing three on threes. So let's see, that should be 3. That should be 3. I think we might need a path in here actually. Yeah, let's add some paths. There you go, all pathed up. Right, now we can add it. So let's have a look what we got here. So we'll do 3 here. I'm leaving it off the end right now so it grows right. Oh, that's made me sure. I think I probably need to put another path in here. I'm looking for paths in here, and of course it's not in here, is it? Because my last mod put the paths in the road menu, which is better. But never mind. Okay, so we just gotta perhaps kick these off and let it grow a little bit. Yeah, another path. Okay, I'm just gonna put in a path so my Sims can actually wander over here. It helps to save on traffic if you can give plenty of paths for you, because your Sims will walk for bloody miles actually. It's pretty far-fetched really, but it is what it is. Save your traffic, guys, and get as many paths in as possible. We've got the money, so let's do it. I have put a path all the way around our farmland, so we can easily join to that. And let's see if we can get this bent right. So is that too close? Oh, it takes away the... Okay. Don't want it going too far over, so let's just put the thing first. Bend here. And then let's start bringing it right down to 0 and then just stretch it out so it looks good. Yeah, that should be all right, I think. Yeah, quite nice bend on that actually. Let's take this up to where it needs to be and then put curve in it. I'm sure whether to go that side. Let's move it over to this side, I think. And then see if I can join this path directly. So let's just download it. There you go, it connects. That's it, perfect. That's pretty good. So now when we do get our Sims coming in, they'll be able to walk to work without getting the traffic messed up. So I need to put the cemetery in as well. Guys, try to put as least services as possible, but believe you me, death care and medical is needed as soon as they ask for it, as soon as it just is dropped. You just might as well. You just need to do these and the elementary school. They're the essentials. And then a police station if you can, when you can afford it, and a fire station when you can afford that too. But I'm going to look to go, so they're quite expensive. I'm going to go for the small medical clinic, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go for the small. Okay. I think about there should do. Okay, now we just need, I'm going to put the small cemetery in because it is quite small, but it is modular. So you can add more things, more graves to it. So, which is pretty cool. I think it'll go well there. Right, let's build it out and then we can kick the simulation off finally. So I did notice I was planning European when I wanted North American, and I also want the waterfronts because we're pretty close to the water. So I've just removed all them and we can kick the thingy off now and let people come in and move in. So oh, that's too small. And that's still grown too small, so I think that was quite, there you go. What are they? Looks like they're pointing to the right, but it's still symmetrical to the other side, so we're all right. So let's do the same here. Right, we started to grow very, very slowly. That's the key here, guys. You do it very, very slowly. Don't go, zoning up left, right, and center, because for one, you'll lose money quite quick, and two, it'll take forever for these things to, for the demand to grow again. So easily done it. I mean, 59 jobs. We need more people to come into our city, really. Okay, let's put in some sort of roadway here for our industry. See, I'm going to need to add some industry. So if I'm using the one-way streets here, should be able to keep traffic down to a minimum. Actually, what I want to do, some of my supply chain buildings are now starting to pop up, which is good. So I need to just take a little bit of this off. Then it's got a little bit of, yeah, that's right. So it's not completely off the main road. And then should be able to go right across here, I think. So these will be put in pretty huge, 6x6. Just get these the right way. Yeah, this is going to give us 6x6 on both sides if we keep it this way. That is the question. So very slowly building up our population. We're at 90 now. All right, let's curtail that a little, and then we can. You got some space to put in. Let's just put in a handful right now of industry. We don't need to go mad. We don't need to overzone. We're just over 100 people at the end of the day. Ooh, that plane went a bit faster then. Times 3. So, like I said, this requires patience, this mode. So you got to do things nice and slowly. But we've got some of our, I mean, like a glove, isn't it? I'd love to say that was planned, but it was pure chance that happened. But couldn't go any better. So supply chain is all from these farms. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to increase our farms to sort of like specialized industry, but don't need any more grain farms. So we'll probably put in some let's go to specialized industries, probably some if I put one more there, and then I see where my, and then that definitely covers all my grain. Oh, we got a bacon eye. Okay, I turned the thingy off, didn't I? The snapping, so put that back on. Okay, added some more farms. Let's put in, we can't upgrade that yet. We've not gone far enough yet. Again, everything is slower, and if you notice, we got a sign there saying we need more peeps, because they're struggling to get the staff. Which at this point, you know, we may have overkilled it a little, but we should be able to catch up. But you know what? We've had so getting pretty close to our next milestone. This doesn't need to be an industry. This is effectively commercial. We haven't put a lot of commercial in, to be fair. So it would be nice if it could have gone in there, but it's not going. I'm not sure if this will stay here or whether I'll move it, but I'm just putting it here for now. It doesn't need to be on the industrial side. There's no pollution from this. Might be a bit of noise, but I can put it there. Oh, that's giving me a nice one. Okay. Might recolor that. I do like the color, but it's a bit bold right now. So do you know what? I need that. I do need a power plant. And I think normally I would go for the geothermal, obviously via this route. If I was in easy mode, that would be the answer. But for us, and there's a treatment plant we need, we can't afford that yet. Incinerator plant would be nice. That would be nice to get, but it's really expensive. So it has to be the gas power plant, unfortunately. So that's the one we need to unlock right now. And hopefully I'll be able to put it in. So let's see how much it's going to cost me. So it's right at the end there. Yeah, 650. So I just wipe my finances out. But on the plus side, and this is the project manager in me, it'll be actually get me some closer to my, out the red into the green, because I'm hemorrhaging cash right now. So we need to get this in. Might have to jury rig this in somehow. Unfortunately, the farms are keeping me from just dropping it in there. So I could change the road layout a little bit. That's a potential. But I do need more people. So what we got here? So do need some row houses as well. We got that unlocked now. So let's put some of them in here. And again, just keep the edges clear just until the rest are built in. And delete all the small ones, and big ones should grow in the place. Right now we should be able to fill in the endpoints. Now we're already chosen the direction. Excellent. So again, keep reiterating, you've got to utilize this square. So we've got to fill this with properties. Okay, so the bottom ones, so that might be stuck on on the roads, but let me just see what else we've got here to do. We need to grow it. What we're looking like, we've got unemployment at 0, so we need more peeps, but I am concerned that we're gonna run out of money before we can put down the gas power plant, you know. So I think I need to potentially cut this road down here and then come upwards with the road here just to get my gas plant in. Yeah, I know it's the wrong way around, guys, but I'm just getting it in. Oh, the farm is only just stopping me, so I think it's worthwhile just going in and just reducing the footprint of this farm. Oops, didn't mean to go that far. Let's have a look. All right, that should work. Now let's see if that is enough. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So this is taking longer than I expected, to be fair. Obviously, I'm going to have to cut this down a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to be ridiculously long, which is the problem when you're in normal mode. You do have to take more time and care. Not sure why that's not connected. What's stopping me there? I think it's my water pipe. I think my water pipe's in the way. Let's see if I can get around it. I also need a road putting in too, to be fair. Let's just tidy this up a bit. Okay, let's go into underground mode. Delete those. And then I need to put these roads in here. And then Sims have got a road to go right round. Okay. We should be able to connect now. No, am I still hitting that? I'm still hitting that sewer pipe. So let us. Oh, nice one. Need to get those signature buildings in as well, because they do give us a bonus, and everything is any bonus we can get is better for us. What the hell is going on here? Okay, that's it there. See, it's going over a pipe, so I've got an underground trying to go through another underground service. That's why that happened. Right, we connected. So let's take a look. We're still at 0% unemployment, so we still need a lot more people coming in. Definitely. So let's see if we can zone a little bit more. We're going to have to get creative shortly because I don't want to open up a new tile yet. I'm nowhere near ready for that. Because you have to pay the tile upkeep in this mode, so. Okay, that one's done. Yeah, I might have to come back to this one. I'm just hopefully we'll get to the green. Let's see if we can get to the green first and start to be earning a profit rather than this negative we're under right now. Okay, let's have a look what else we've got. So we can bang these in. Well, the jubilee. Oh, that one's not working. For some reason it had lost its zoning. Okay, folks, I think we're going to call it right there. But we actually got into profit, only just, but that's my first milestone for this video. So hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this a similar sort of setup that you would do? All right, thanks everybody. See y'all soon. Bye y'all.